Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Yulia, and in today's video I wanted to talk about stress. We tend to look at stress as something negative, but I was thinking that stress takes such a huge part of our life, and as we look at stress as something negative, it means that a big chunk of our life we think about something in negative terms. And I feel like there is not enough credit given to stress because there is so many benefits of stress. There is so many things that we should be grateful for because we are stressed. There is so many things that we are capable of doing because of stress. Let's talk about stress and let's figure out what positive benefits it can give us. So, what is the first thing that comes to our mind when we think about stress? Stress influences our physical health, it influences our mental health. Stress is a reason for anxiety, stress is a reason for depression. Stress can cause a burnout, a lack of concentration, a lack of productivity. But there is one important thing that I always try to keep in mind, and that is every emotion that we experience is there for a reason. And stress is no exception. What matters though is the fact that we tend to look at it from the negative perspective only, and we ignore the positive side effects of stress. That's why we tend to think that stress is pure evil. But this is not true. So what is stress essentially? Stress is a response of our body on any urgent or dangerous situation. Our body releases hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline to help us get prepared for this urgent or dangerous situation. And obviously, this is so essential in a life-threatening situations, in the situations when we have to defend ourselves or when we have to run. This is the situations when we unconsciously rely on stress and we don't really recognize it. But today we're not going to talk about extreme situations when stress is important to protect ourselves. Today we are going to talk about daily stress. So the way I look at stress is if I can't get rid of stress, instead of thinking about it as purely negative experience in my life, I try to shift my focus and look at it with a positive perspective. How can we actually benefit from stress if we are aware that we are stressed and if we are able for a second to step back and just to look at the situation that we are in? Being aware of your daily stress is the key to understanding the benefit of it. So basically, stress can motivate you, stress can encourage you, stress can help you start changing your life, stress can help you to experience life more, it can help you reach your deadlines, it can help you push through the difficult situations and push through challenges. It can help you improve yourself, improve your physical condition and mental condition. There are several main aspects of stress that are extremely beneficial and extremely positive for us. The first benefit of the daily stress is super simple. Daily stress helps us go on with our life. Thanks to stress that we meet our deadline for our work report. It's thanks to the stress that we prepare for our exam. Everything where we are putting any effort is happening because of stress. Otherwise, we would just spend all our day on the couch without any will and without any desire to experience life, to explore the world, to explore ourselves, and to work on ourselves too. The next benefit of the stress is that it improves our cognitive function. Stress sharpens our brain in a way. It creates a more stable connection between the neurons. That's why we are thinking faster. That's why we can remember the things that we were learning from the week before. It's not only improving our memory, it also boosts our attention span. And it is also thanks to stress that we can actually focus. We can focus while we read something, we can focus when we prepare a meal, we can focus on the conversation with someone. It's all because of cortisol hormone that's reduced in our body because of stress. That helps us think sharper, be focused, be motivated, and act more effective. The next advantage of stress is that it boosts our immune system. It basically helps us fight cold. It helps our body fight infections. Stress, in a way, is the first coping mechanism with any bacteria that enter our body. Another good thing of the stress is that it is very good for our mental health. Think about it this way. If we didn't experience daily stress, like minor stressors, we would not be prepared for any big stress in our life. So basically, daily stress prepares us for life. It not only motivates us to challenge ourselves, but it also helps us cope with the big stressors too. By knowing how to deal with the daily stress and by experiencing and dealing with the daily stress, our body and our mind will know how to deal with the big stress. Another important thing about stress is that it's not only increasing the cognitive function, it also increases the physical performance and endurance. Again, it happens because our body, when it's stressed, releases the hormone that's called adrenaline. And adrenaline increases our heart rate and it increases our metabolism. It doesn't only make us think smarter, but it makes us run faster and just in general be more physically prepared to defend ourselves. It prepares us for any unknown situation. It increases our reflexes and it increases our attention. It's especially useful during any sport competitions, during any sports games, as well as it's very useful when you're working out in the gym. If you have a goal and by pursuing this goal, by increasing the weights in the gym, you're gonna put your body in the stressed position. And this is the reason why it's gonna work towards achieving this goal together with you. And my absolute favorite thing about stress is that it's actually stress that helps us to be in the moment. Stress helps us to be present. Because when we are stressed, we cannot think about anything else other than the situation that we are in right now. When we are fully concentrated, we can actually do something to avoid any obstacle or to push through something or to achieve the goal. For example, if we are driving in our lane and there is another person who is just going right in front of us, it is stress that helps us to make the right decision. It's stress that draws our attention on this present moment, and it is the stress that makes us slow down and let this person pass and avoid any dangerous situation. Now, knowing all the advantages of stress in daily life, what do we actually do with stress? How do we cope with our daily stress? How we not let it take advantage of ourselves, our mind? How can we save ourselves from these negative emotions when we are under stress? The wonderful thing is that it is actually very easy. All we have to do is we have to look at stress in a different way. Stress in general is just a notion, it's just a word, and it's not negative, it's not positive, it's neutral. And the fact that we look at stress as something negative is because we chose to do so. So now we can just choose to look at it from the positive perspective. Being stressed is an essential part of our living. Being stressed is what keeps us alive. Being stressed is what keeps us motivated. Being stressed is what keeps us inspired. And being stressed is what keeps us engaged in this life to the fullest. It's what makes us experience this life to the fullest. You can take all these benefits of stress and apply it to yourself, as long as you accept stress as a part of life, as long as you're not trying to avoid stressful situations. So now knowing that stress is not a negative thing, that it's actually a neutral thing, it makes it way easier for us to focus on how can we actually deal with stress. First off, we should be aware that in this situation we are stressed. And this is not a bad thing. This is okay. Everyone gets stressed. And so we got stressed about something. I don't know what it is. Maybe we are upset that the episode of the TV show ended this way. Maybe we are intimidated by this very complicated dinner recipe that we're about to make for our loved ones. Realize that if you're stressed right now, it shall pass. It will pass. You are not going to be stressed forever. You're not going to be stressed your whole life. This situation will pass. It is just the reaction of our body to something unknown. It's the reaction of our body to an urgent situation. One of the good coping mechanisms for dealing with stress can be take some time, go on Google and read some jokes. Find something funny on the internet. Find fun dogs, fun cats. Make yourself laugh. Make yourself smile. Thing number 2 that we can do is we can go outside. We can go outside to have some fresh air. We can step outside of the balcony. If we have a chair, we can take a blanket and a cup of tea, and we can just spend some time in the sunshine and relax and think about something different. Another thing that we can do, we can actually go for a walk. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, how much time you want, how much time you need. And while walking, just try to concentrate on the surrounding. Try to see the trees, the flowers. Try to feel the sun on your skin. Try to smell the fresh air. Try to focus on as many things as possible. It can actually help you to draw your attention to the present moment and can actually calm you down. Another thing is you can make a video call. You can use Skype or any other service and to call your friends or to call your family and to have a chat with them, to share your emotions, share how you feel, and maybe they will give you a different perspective on the situation that you haven't thought about before. You can actually do like a coffee time with your friends online or dinner night with your family online too. Just set up your Skype, set up like your computer. Try to distract yourself from the situation you are in right now and just, do something different. Talk about different things. Talk about something that made you laugh today. Talk about things that made you curious or made you think. A great thing is if you have a pet. If you have a pet, this should be your number one way to cope with daily stress. You can take your pet, you can squish it, you can hug it, you can kiss it, you can do whatever we want with this little thing. If you have a dog, if you have a cat, if you have a hamster, if you have a rabbit, if you have a snake, whatever you have, just take it and share some love with this little one. The next thing that you can do is you can listen to music. I know many people say listen to the relaxing music, but actually you can listen to any music you want. You can listen to the music. You should listen to the music you like. It doesn't have to be relaxing. It can be motivating. It can be inspiring. You can also dance while you listen to this music. Just have some fun, relax your body, do some moves, and you will feel better and you will notice how the stress decreases with time. My last thing that I personally do when it comes to stress, I do journaling. I personally just can't recommend it enough. Every time I experience bad emotions, every time I'm stressed, I just take my journal and I spend 5 minutes. I just write how I feel and I can physically feel how these negative emotions leave my body. How whatever I'm writing in the journal stays in the journal. It escapes me, it escapes my mind, and it just literally stays in the journal. It is such big of a difference. I didn't trust it first. It took me about half a year to actually start writing my journal since I first learned about it. And now I don't do it every day right now. I only do it when I'm overwhelmed with emotions or when I'm feeling stressed or when I'm having a bad day or when I'm too concerned about how I look like, or in general, when I'm just not feeling well. This is something that does help me, so I cannot recommend it enough. If you haven't tried it, just try it. You will notice the difference after the first several times that you do your journaling. So this is all for today. This is all I wanted to say about stress. Once again, stress is nothing bad. Stress is a neutral thing. Stress is something that we should welcome. Stress is something that helps us go on with our life. It helps us stay inspired and stay motivated. It helps us push through challenges. It helps us make ourselves better. So don't treat it as a negative thing. Just relax, accept it, and go on with your life. And you will see that as soon as you change your perspective from looking at stress as a negative thing to looking at it as neutral thing, will increase your mood, it will increase your ability to deal with daily stress, and it will eventually make you a more positive person during the day. So that being said, I do wish that you guys have a positive day, a positive week, and a positive life, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.